Good day, everyone, and welcome to today's physics class. In today's physics class, we are going to be discussing these two concepts, heat and what temperature. We need to have in-depth knowledge of these two concepts that go together. All right. But before we do that, I want somebody that is watching me right now. The only way you can encourage me is to share this video, hit the like button, and also put a comment in the comment section. So if you have any contribution you want to contribute to this topic as we're about to start, even as we have started, write it in the comment section. If you have any question you want to ask, maybe during the class, put it in the comment section and we will attend to you. All right, let's go. We look at heat and temperature. Heat, we are talking about in physics. In this topic today, we will look at effect of heat as usual. Look at the meaning. We look at effects. Okay. This is number one, number two. So the effect of heat. What does heat do? Then we look at temperature. So we look at temperature and we look at its measurement. Now, these two concepts have been mistakenly used together interchangeably by students, which isn't supposed to be so. Heat and temperature, they are both different from each other. They do not mean the same thing. Okay. Now we'll look at heat. Let's first of all look at heat, the first place. What is heat? What is heat? Now, in your house, when you put something on fire, or maybe you light up a candle or whatever, as long as you lit up something. Now, what happens is that when you feed the impact, it becomes very hot, or in your cooking pot, when you put it on your gas where you are cooking, try to touch the body of that pot, you feel very hot, or sometimes you might even get burnt. That is what effect of heat. Now, let us look at heat from its etymological concept. Heat is a form of energy. That is number one thing you have to know at the back of your mind. Heat is a form of energy. Now, this energy can be transferred from one point to another by virtue of temperature or difference. So therefore, define heat as the total internal energy of a body. So the internal energy of a body, you're getting it now, as a result of a temperature difference. Now this energy moves from one point to another. So heat is a translucent form of energy which transfer the kinetic. Look at it. Heat is a transfer of kinetic energy from one point to another by virtue of what temperature difference. So temperature has to be different. Okay. So the heat can be transferred from a body with what higher temperature to a body with a lower temperature. Okay, so what does that mean? Heat now, for example, at a point here. Now this is the source of heat. Okay, if this is the source of heat and it heats here at this point, and this source of heat is generated here and is directed to this point here. So what happens is that somebody will come and hit, let's assume this is a metal rod. This is a metal rod. Somebody will come and hold this side, this point here. This is point A and this is point B. If somebody comes to this place and will hold this side of point B, the person will feel the heat. Meaning that what? Heat has what? Be transferred from here to here. So that is the concept of heat. It's a form of energy which moves from one point to another by virtue of a temperature difference. So that is why heat and temperature cannot be used interchangeably. Temperature is different from what? Heat. Heat is on its own, but it is as a result of temperature that determines the flow of heat. So when the temperature is high, the heat is what? Moving from that high temperature to a place or a region of lower temperature. So look at where the heat is generated now. Assuming this is a cooking pots, and the pot has a handle, or you bring a metal rod, you put it here. This is where the fire is. Fire can produce heat. Okay, you lit fire here, and now the fire or the heat is produced from here, directed to this point. But somebody coming to hold this side will feel the impact of heat. Why? This is the region of a higher temperature, and the heat moves from here to this point, and this is a region of what? Lower temperature. So meaning that what? Heat is a form of energy which can what? Be transferred from one point to another by virtue of what? Temperature difference. You can see. So let us go back to temperature now. What is temperature? What is temperature? Temperature is just the degree of what? Hotness or coldness of a body. Yes. It's a degree of what? Hotness or coldness of a body. Whether the body is hot, whether the body is cold, it is temperature that what determines it. So now the difference between heat and temperature is that what? Heat is the energy. Heat is the total eternal energy. But temperature is a quantity which determines the flow of heat. Are you getting it now? So that is the difference. So heat and temperature cannot be taken to be the same. So now, I'll talk about heat now. Heat can be measured by what? C equal to what? The quantity all over what? M. This is change in temperature. Okay. Change in temperature. In most cases, you can call it theta. All right. So this C here, C is equal to specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity. Okay. While M is the mass of the body. Then this is called delta T, equal to what? Change in temperature. Change in what? The temperature. So you can see that what? Temperature plays an important role in determining what? The heat that flows within a body, or heat that is produced in a body. So if we say that heat is a form of energy, what is now the unit of what? Heat. Same thing as what? Energy. What is the unit of energy? Energy is measured in what? In joules. In joules. Okay. So therefore, the unit of heat, energy, is also what? Joules. And an instrument that is normally used to measure the heat, we use calorimeter. There is always what? Calorimeter. It's an apparatus, it's an instrument also, calorimeter. Okay. It's normally used to determine the heat of a body. And now, let me tell you, heat that is produced in a surrounding, when it moves from the hotter region to a colder region, so the hotter region will lose some amount or some reasonable amount of heat, and the body that is close to it, which is colder, will gain that much energy from what? The region of a higher concentration. So that's all about heat. So when the heat transfers from one point, it goes to another point. The point where the heat is having the highest or the higher temperature will lose amount of what? Heat energy. And the other body, which is colder, will gain more energy. So it means that what? Heat energy is a transfer of kinetic energy. So you say kinetic energy is an energy due to motion. So if heat is now moving from one point to another, we therefore say that heat is a transfer of kinetic energy from a region of higher temperature to a region of what? Lower temperature. That is all about what? The meaning of heat. But now let us look at the effects now. The effects of heat. What are the effects? What does heat do to a body? Now let me tell you, number one thing that heat does to a body. The first thing is that number one, when heat is applied to a body, it either causes the body to change the temperature. Yes, the temperature will change. If the object was very cold before, now heat has been applied to it, so the temperature will rise. So heat causes will rise in temperature. That's number one. Then it can cause the body to increase in size. That is what? Expansion. Okay. It causes the body to expand. And this expansion can take place either in volume can take place either in length or in area. So number one thing that heat does to a body, it can cause the body to expand. It causes the body to expand. It can also cause the body to what? Increase the temperature. Then the other thing is what? The body can what? Change its states. It can change the body state of what? State of matter. Okay. Change of states of matter. Okay. That is an effect of heat. For example, now you that is having an ice block, you put an ice here, you drop it somewhere very hot. What happens? The ice begins to melt. So when it melts, it means the ice block has gained amount of heat energy. So thereby causing it to change from its state, which is what? Solid. And ice is a solid. Then because heat is applied to it, it melts and changes to liquid. The same thing when liquid is boiled. When the liquid is heated at a certain amount of temperature called steam point, you see that the molecules of water begin to break they begin to break the walls, and they begin to escape into the atmosphere. They begin to cause what? Bubbles. Means that what? Liquid is not getting what? Vaporized. So that is the effect of heat. So heat causes the body to change its state of what? Matter. That is so. Then it causes what? Expansion. The body can increase. The length can increase. That's it. So in our next class, we will be looking at how do we measure this heat? How do we measure temperature? What are the measurements of temperature? Remember, temperature is measured in degree Kelvin. That is the SI unit, the standard unit, degree Kelvin, K. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we don't have other units. We have other units such as what? The Celsius or centigrade. We call it what? C. Okay. Then the Fahrenheit. We also have the Fahrenheit, which is what? F. All right. So these are units of temperature. But the generally accepted one is this what? Kelvin, which is the SI unit. So in our next class, we will be looking at measurement of temperature, then also measurement of heat. See you in our next class. Bye.